Hi everyone, I'm your host Estera, a soft skill trainer, certified global trainer, international inspirational speaker, educationist, welcoming you to our sixth episode on Talk Show for Experts, Coffee with Estera, powered by Independent Perception and Research Hub Malaysia. Initiative by its founder and CEO, Professor Dr. Muhammad Shahriar Parvez. Independent Perception and Research Hub is an educational research and consultation center for talented researchers and educational scholars to share their perceptions on different issues and facts. The main goal of IPRH is to enlighten the independent perception of individuals' thoughts by knowledge sharing because IPRH always believes that knowledge is power. It is a great honor to introduce our energetic, enthusiastic, and brilliant guest of honor today, Sir Brigadier Sushil Bashin from Mumbai, India.
Jai Hind, and I'm so happy and so thankful to you, Estera, for getting me here. It's a proud privilege.
Thank you, sir. Dear audience, let me give a brief introduction about this amazing person. Brigadier Sushil is a military-inspired leadership and team-building facilitator, time consciousness coach, global motivational keynote, and 2 times TEDx speaker and author of multiple books. He has applied his military leadership experiences in the corporate world for over 17 years through his trainings. Speaking, writing, and mentoring impacted over 150,000 individuals and 650 organizations. He is an inspiration to many, even for me. He is my mentor. He is not only a leader at home, dad, granddad, but also a passionate leadership trainer. Dear audience, I can assure all of you that his sharing on few selected incredible and insightful topics would definitely inspire all of you. Please stay tuned and enjoy his wisdom. Dear audience, please join me in welcoming this admirable, extraordinary leader. Welcome, Brigadier Sir, to our show.
Thank you very much. I'm so proud and privileged to be here.
Amazing, sir, amazing. Let's have coffee with Estera, sir. It's really great pleasure. So I believe that you had a wonderful day today. Yes, sir?
Yes, absolutely. I believe don't have a great day. I say don't have a great day. Make it a great day. It is up to us. You can make it great.
Yes, we have to make. To be happy or not is our choice, right? So what you are saying is true. We make it a happy day.
See, yeah? I just get you very quickly that when you say have a great day, you are depending on somebody, you are at somebody's mercy, that somebody will give you a happy day. But when you say make it a great day, you take the ownership and responsibility. And as you said, it's a choice. So I always say, make it a great day.
Yes, let's make it a great day. Okay, sir, let me start with the first question. What made you join the army?
So, it's a long story, but I'll cut it short.
Yes.
Right from my childhood, I was born and brought up in Shimla, which is a hill station and a small place. There were no cars and there were no buses. And we used to walk to the school. And on that road where we used to walk, the army officers in small groups would be seen marching along to the Western Command headquarters. And in that tiny mind of mine at the age of 5 or 6, I used to wonder in my mind, can I be like this one day? Just because how they looked and they looked smart and the way they walked, I had no clue. Nobody from my family in ages. At least I've been able to cover 8 generations. There's been nobody there in the army. So
Yeah.
I'm the first one, the torchbearer for the family. So I was very young. I was in class 6 when I bulldozed my way through my grandfather. And because my father would have not easily allowed me to go to a boarding school, so I asked my grandfather, and he said, "Who can stop you?" And in those days, grandfathers had that authority. Today, I, as a grandfather, don't have it. Okay. So, anyway, so I landed up in Sainik School, which is a military school. And that was in class 6. So, my disciplined life and a routine life started at the age of 11. And thereafter, the journey was simple. You know, Estera, I have never thought of any other career. For me, it was only army, army, and army. So it was all about going to National Defense Academy. It was all about preparing for that. And of course, there is another story, and it is there on one of the Josh talks, that I was rejected medically and I was not going to go to the army. But they say that where there's a will, you've got a manifestation. So I managed to still go because of my determination. So that is how I joined the army. I lived there for 34 years and loved every moment of it.
Fantastic. Great, sir. A good beginning for you, right? Because as a child, yeah, from there, everything starts from our childhood. As we absorb everything we see, what we desire, it is in our subconscious mind. And that is the one who follow us throughout our journey in growing up. Yes, sir. Let me go to the second one. Who has been your inspiration to become an
So I
army?
just said that it was my grandfather. I
Oh,
used
your
to go for a walk with him. I used to go
Oh,
for a walk with him, and all the good wisdom that I got at the age of 5, 6, 7 was all through my grandfather. Then, of course, there have been lots and lots. I can't say one. When
yeah,
I came out from the army, of course, in the army, there were many senior officers who were great inspirations, my role models. I followed them. And then when I came out of the army, starting from Tony Robbins to Brian Tracy, I've done all of these people's personal programs I've attended.
yes.
And I've spent a fortune on my, or invested, not spent, invested a fortune on my self-development.
Yeah. Since your grandfather was really an inspiration to you, but which can you just name one advice of your grandfather which impacted you the most, which you remember till today?
Not only remember, Estera, I have used it in my life hundreds of times, and I'm very proud of it. The story is like this, that I was very young. I must have been in about class 6 or something. And I used to study in a school. A lot of people in the audience will feel very good about it. You know, they'll say he's a lucky guy, but I wasn't. I used to be in a class where there were all girls and I was the only boy.
Oh my
And I was not lucky because they used to make my life miserable. And I was a very shy chap. I couldn't talk to girls. Today is totally different. Now I have no inhibitions.
God.
But so one day, so my brother was one class junior to me. And in his class, there were a mixture of half boys, half girls.
Yes.
So in the break, in the lunch break and all, we used to play around together because I wouldn't play with the girls. I would play with the boys of that class.
Oh,
So one day, a group of boys, for some, I don't remember, some quarrel we must have had, they beat me up. And when they beat me up, I was very upset, very annoyed. And I thought that they caught me alone and there were 4 of us against me.
wow.
And tomorrow I will set them right. I will get more boys and go and beat them up. You know, that was in my. So when I came home, I was very angry and I was telling my mother, what does these people think they are? And I am going to do this and all. So my grandfather, who was in the other room, he called me. He said, sit down. Tell me what happened. So I told him the story. He said, did they do something good? I said, absolutely not. Of course they didn't do anything good. He says, but tomorrow you're going to do the same thing. So if they do something bad, you're going to do it bad tomorrow. And I just heard you say that you will beat them up more than what they beat you, which means that you are challenging yourself to be worse than what they are. So he says, what is good about you? And you know that thing at the tender age, what he said was, instead of lowering yourself to their level and playing the game at their level, do something to raise them to your level.
Amazing.
And this has been something, you know, I could have written a book on this. The number of people in my life, when they were bad to me, I responded by being good to them. And I've got lots of very, very interesting stories on that. That it has paid me. And today, at the age of 72, I think that's one of the best things I did. I never spoiled my relationships. If there was somebody who was very bad to me, I still paid him back in good and made him feel so small. I've had a very senior officer, my boss, who came and literally cried with tears rolling down his cheeks. And he said, Sushil, please forgive me. I was so bad to you and you are still so good to me.
Yes, sir.
So I would really say that this is one lesson which I would like the viewers to examine. I mean, it may not work. You may say it worked in those days. It may not work today. I leave it to you. But be good to people. Good is very powerful. Bad is not powerful.
Yes. Exactly, sir. I do agree because I apply the same too. But some people, yeah, although if they really realize their mistake, they come and apologize, you have to forgive them. Yeah, revenge is not the way to solve problem. It will create more problem, and it is not good. It's a negative thing.
It's a spiral. It's a spiral. The more you get into it, you will keep going down deep into it. It is like a rabbit's burrow. It has no bottom. It's a bottomless thing. You'll keep going down and you can't come out of it.
Even don't entertain negative thoughts, evil thoughts, because if you entertain like what you say, sir, it's like spiral. Yeah, it will go one to another and another. That's why sometimes we see some people are good day by day. They mix with the wrong company, they hear the wrong thing, and they change, right? So
yeah,
exactly. As a Christian,
so
in the
Estera,
Bible, it is also written, no revenge. Don't revenge.
Sorry,
And
no
that is
revenge.
the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Revenge
So
belongs to God.
before you go to the next question or something, I just want to tell you, going back to the first question, I
Yeah.
want the viewers to know and note that I said I had no other option. I decided on the army and I didn't even think of another thing. I may like to leave you with a note that worked for me. It may not work with everyone. So do have a contingency plan. Do have something, because see, life, I can do everything possible, but it's not up to me. If I got medically rejected, I can do nothing about it.
Yes.
So if your plan A doesn't work, your plan B must be there. So that's the lesson I like to leave people with.
Exactly.
Yeah, go ahead.
You always must have plan A and you must have plan B and plan C if possible, yeah? Because you have to face life circumstances with much boldness. Otherwise, you are defeated. Okay, sir. Shall we go and have a look at your photo album? Yeah?
Please
I will
go
share
ahead.
the
Yeah.
screen. Yeah, I will share the screen now.
That's going to be a surprise. So let me see my photos, which I haven't seen for long.
Is it? Okay, that's great. Okay. Okay, sir. Do you like the look of your photo album cover? So, dear audience,
I can't see it. I can't see it.
You can't see it? Okay,
No.
1 minute. You can't see it. Maybe why you can't see it? Yes. Wait, just share screen. Oh, okay. Now can you see?
Now it's coming up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So now I can see green. Oh, very good. That's a nice color. Looking good. Yeah.
Because you are from army, always in the jungle most of the time during your trainings and all that. So I choose green. Okay. And you are an interesting person. Always keep people around you lively. So green is very suitable for you, sir. Okay, let's see your photo album. Yeah, I managed to put in the few photographs you gave me. So let's go to the first accolades here. Can you please just briefly explain these accolades are from where?
So I've got a whole lot of them. Wherever you go to speak or something, people do come up and give you something.
Yes.
And many of them, I don't have place to keep. So I take pictures, put them on my website, and then put them up in a box or something. If it's something which I can give to somebody, I'll give somebody if my name is not on that.
Yeah.
So the first one is Rotary, where the Rotary gave me a Lifetime Achievement Award for what they said the work I had done in the education. The second one is from INHS Ashwini, which is the Indian Naval Hospital ship called Ashwini, where I was asked to give a talk to the nursing cadets. You know, there was a attempt by one of these girls to commit suicide, and the morale was very low. So I was told, can you raise their morale? So I was asked to give a talk, and then after that they gave me this. If you see the second picture, this is when I did a program. Yeah.
His name
So,
looks very familiar to me. This guy here.
So he is a
What is his
trainer under, there is a gentleman called T. Harvekar. So
Uh-huh.
he is one of T. Harvekar's trainers, and his name is Alex. And, he's written a book called Alexisms.
Yes.
So he presented me with a book and I presented him with a book. So this is after a 3 days program that I did with him.
So how you find his book, sir?
It is very good. It is very good. So, and also a great idea that he said that, people may, sometimes they copy what you write, and also I've published it and said, people know it's mine. Now you can keep copying it. You can keep saying it's yours. Doesn't matter. I have documented it.
Okay. Let's go to the third one, sir.
So third one is that there is an institution, because I do a lot of work with education and children. And this is a management college in Bangalore called IFIM. And in this college, because I did some mentorship programs with them, they decided to honor me with a honorary doctorate. So that is the first time in my life that I put on a gown like this. Because in the army, they don't give you such a thing.
Yes.
So for me, it was a very proud moment.
Yes.
The fourth one is about, I just one day when of course, there are many more which are not here. But what I did one day when I was looking into an old box and I found some of my badges of rank and this and that, I just put them together and took a picture. So there are very few of them. There were more which I couldn't. But anyway, it was just to give a glimpse to people about my army accolades.
Great. And this is number 5, certificate of appreciation.
This is by whom I can't even remember and make out.
It's not so clear. Yeah. Okay. It doesn't matter, sir. Let's go.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay, let's go to this one, sir. It's so interesting. It's your quote. Success does not come from what you learn. It comes from what you do with what you learn. Amazing quote.
So this is something which I talk in every workshop of mine if I'm talking to children or others. I said, you'll come to a workshop, you'll take lots and lots of notes and you'll go back and then you'll put them in your cupboard. And then you'll go to another workshop and again you'll take lots and lots and lots of notes and you'll go and put it on top of the other notebook which you had written earlier. And you'll never read them and you'll never do anything about it. So what is happening? In this process, shelf development is happening, not self-development, because you're not doing anything about it. So the shelf of the cupboard is getting developed because you're putting one notebook on top of the other and other. So let's not do shelf development, let's do self-development. And that's one very strong thing I feel, that everyone on this planet has a right and deserves to be the best version of themselves. So if you have to be the best version of yourself, you have to work hard to identify areas where you want to work and then not only learn about it, but put them into practice. So that's what I do.
Amazing, amazing insight of this amazing quote. Let's go back, sir, to our talk session. Great, sir. Dear audience, let me share with you one of his book. Is this your first book, sir?
Yeah, this was the first book. Yes. Just keep it in front of you because otherwise you can't see. Now I can see it. Yes, yes. Now I can see. Yeah, yeah.
Design? Yeah. Can you see? Yeah. Okay.
And it's also there on my screen on the right, on the left.
On the left. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The book is here on the left. Great.
But I'm very happy that you are keeping it, you are preserving it, you are reading it. So I'm very happy
I'm
about
reading
that.
it halfway, not completed yet. Yours is the first book out of the 4 books I got that day when you are here. This is the first book I'm reading. Yeah, because I always like army men's ways. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Let's let's go to
So
the
you see on my screen again, it says lead the army way.
yeah battlefield to the boardroom, lead the army way. Because my granddad is an army man, so I don't know why I like army people. Okay, sir. Let's go to the next question. We will go to some light moments here. What is one thing which people don't know about you?
So, there are so many things, but I can't let my secrets out so easily. But I'll tell you one of them.
Okay.
One is that I am a great copycat. So whenever I find something good, I copy it. Because I believe that you don't have to go and reinvent a wheel, and a good copy is better than a bad original. So if I see something good and then I start working on an original and produce a bad original, it's of no use. So I might as well. But only thing is, when I copy something, I give that person a credit.
Yes.
I do say that this is an original saying of so and so, or I learned this from so and so. So I give them credit, but I have no hesitation in copying. That is one. Second is I'm a time management and a time investment strategist, and I've written this book called $1 Million Second and all that. But do you know I'm the greatest procrastinator on this earth?
Oh.
And despite my procrastination, I managed to bring about good results. That is a different matter. How do I do it? I don't know. Just about determination, just about getting there, just about working hard on it and not giving up. Not giving up is my strength, but procrastination is something which I'm still working on. I've improved, but I'm not near where I should be. So I'm very honest about it. I tell my students,
Yes.
guys, I am at 72 struggling with my procrastination. So if you are procrastinating, don't feel bad. Just improve. That's it.
Yes. Improve.
Yeah.
Yes. Work on it rather than dwelling in it and
Yeah.
fighting too
Like
much.
you said,
Fighting.
don't bring negativity. Yeah. And don't
Yeah.
curse yourself. People curse themselves. You'll go in front of the mirror and say, you can't even do this. There's
Yeah.
no need to curse yourself. There's no need to be cruel and harsh to yourself. Pat yourself
Self-condemnation.
and say, well done.
Yeah, you can do it. You can change, Yeah, we have to take action, right? When we have a problem, we have to take action, not dwell in it, condemn, self-condemnation. All this will not help us in any way, but make situation worse. Yeah.
So, like Mel Robbins, I just love what she says. When you feel like procrastinating, you have something in mind, you have to do it. And say, should I do it later? And I can do it tomorrow. And she says, no, you have to tell yourself, no, I have to do it now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and start doing it. And you can't do the whole thing, but take the first step. So, for example, in the morning, you want to get up and go to the gym. But when you can't get out of the bed and you say, let me sleep for 15 minutes more, now the thought is coming into your mind. So what I have learned from another guru called Gaur Gopal Das, he's a monk in India. So what he says, jump out of the bed and take the first step. And do you know what's the first step? Put on your one shoe. He says, never will you find somebody who's put on one shoe then take it off and go back to bed. So you put on one shoe, you'll put on the second shoe and go to the gym. So he talks about that first step. So when you are procrastinating, take that first step and follow 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and do it. Only that first step. And another thing, Esther, it is not just about a few months back that I discovered something. I have done workshops on goal setting for more than 12 years. I've been very good at doing my goal setting workshops. But I realized one thing which now I'm finding people love it when I tell them, don't worry about whether your goal is achieved or not. Worry about, are you any closer to your goal? Even if you're 1 inch closer to your goal every day, consistency, 1% better, 1% better. You don't have to jump and say, I want to achieve the goal by tomorrow. No. Even if you have been able to do one small thing and say, am I closer to my goal by an inch, by a foot, by a mile? I don't know.
Excellent, sir. Exactly. This is how we should work towards our goals. Don't stress ourselves worrying about it. I'm not achieving. I must do that. You are just imposing more negativity.
Yeah, and you know what? You are bringing in a lot of negative energy, which will only make you feel bad. You will feel procrastinating. You will not be able to do anything.
Yeah.
So when you do something, that small win.
Yeah.
I just take a first step. I do something and I say, I done it. I mean, I'll just give you a quick thing that I have a knee problem and I can't walk much. So I, on my phone, have a pedometer. And my doctor says you should do about 2,500 to 3,000 steps every day. I make sure that I do more than 3,000. I do 4,000. Okay. Now, when I do 4,000, then after about a week, I say, now let me go to 4,100 and then a little more and little. When you keep measuring, that little win, it makes you great. When we were kids, we were playing Mario games, for example. There was nobody watching, There was no test. Nobody was giving you a certificate. Nobody's giving you marks. But you challenged yourself to do better than before. Get that type of a feeling in you that I want to be better than me. I should be today better than what I was yesterday. And I should aim at being better tomorrow than I am today. That's it.
Great advice. Great sharing, sir. Let me go to the next one. Okay, this is light moment question. This one you don't know, but I will ask you, but it's something very simple. Yeah. Your favorite dish with your wife, you like what your wife cooks, right? So what is your favorite dish?
You know what? Esther, she makes, everything she makes is very good. Wow. And there are some things which she makes very well, very well.
Oh,
but out of all those things, something which she feels that there is least of effort and she doesn't consider that to be much is my favorite, and it is called floating islands.
Oh, floating islands? What is that?
So floating islands is
Gulab jamun?
No. Floating islands is something which is made of egg white.
Egg white.
So you make a base of egg yellow, and then you have white little things floating on it.
Oh,
okay, this is called floating islands, and she makes it the easiest, the least time. But when she makes it, I have 10 times the quantity I would have because it's light. It's not very heavy. Okay, so that's my favorite. There are many other favorites, but the one thing which, she said, what are you liking? This is the easiest thing I make. I said, my liking is not depending on how difficult it is for you.
Yes. How tasty, how nice, Anyway, you are so blessed, sir. So happy to hear that. Yeah. Now, next.
So when you come to India,
yeah,
I will certainly treat you with the floating islands.
Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to come to India. So many invitations. Yeah. So if I go to India, I think I need at least 1 week, 1 full week to go around. Okay, sir. Next. Now, another interesting question. You got a very sweet, cute grandson.
Oh, yes.
And I follow your daughter on the Instagram, and I like the sustainable development goal reels, she shares. And your little grandson is learning everything, and he is talking about SDG, sustainable development goal, how to, preserve, how to make all everything with the waste and all that. Wow, he's so blessed. Sir, if you want to advise your grandson, if your grandson is before you now, what you think one thing which you want to advise him as a granddad?
Nothing. He's 4.5
Ah,
and he doesn't want any advice. So if I tell him something, he calls me Nanu.
Nano, okay.
So
Okay.
in Hindi it is Nana, but he
Yeah,
calls me Nanu. He
yeah.
says, Nanu, you don't know anything. I said, okay, please teach me.
Yeah. Nowadays children, they don't want to listen
So,
to
no,
advice.
I don't give him any advice. And
Ah,
also, my daughter is bringing him up in a way that she's learned a lot, and she's, really speaking, why she's doing all this sustainability. That when she had this child, and she married a little later than she was focusing on a career. She got married late, then she had this child late. So the moment he was born,
yeah.
she realized that I will give my son everything, but I can't even give him pure oxygen. And that's the awakening that she started doing all the sustainability stuff, right? And he was just about 7, 8 months when I tried to wipe his mouth with after he had eaten something, and he's telling me he had just started speaking about 10 months, 11 months, whatever. He says, is that cloth napkin? At 8 months, he knew that I'm not going to be clean with a paper napkin.
Oh, wow.
And he's recently that gone to Sri Lanka, and he has made my daughter was going to make a video, and she said, hold on. First I want to say. So he said something, don't put mango peels in the dustbin, don't do this, don't do that. And that video has got more than 1 million views.
Yes. I watched that video, I watched the video when she went for holiday in Sri Lanka. Oh, he was really enjoying himself, and he's always aware of all this, yeah, no wasting and how to carry. It's so beautiful if a
So
young
no
child.
advice for him,
Ah,
and no advice for my son, my son-in-law, and my daughter. No advice.
great,
They don't need it. They know more than me, so it's okay.
fantastic, sir, extraordinary. Let's come to the next question. Why are you, sir, so passionate about purpose? Why are you so passionate about purpose?
So there is a TEDx talk on that, and it's a 20 minute talk. So anyone who wants to go into details can see that. But what happened was that I was enjoying my life in the army. I was a brigadier for 8 years. I should have become a general in normal course of life. But in 2002, I was given the responsibility of being the chairman of an army school in addition to my normal duties. And then I was told that the school is not doing well. So at that point of time, my daughter was in college and my son was in class 12. And I felt that because I feel that their career is more important than my career, what will these 2,000 children's parents be feeling? They would also be feeling the same thing. Can I, as a chairman, allow the school to go down? And I decided that whatever happens in my office, I'll manage in the evening. I'll empower my team. I'll do everything. But I'm going to make the school my primary goal, which I did. And then one day, the head girl of the school, and that's the first chapter in your book. If you have read this book, first chapter, you'll see why is this, the first chapter says what it takes 800 children. That's the first
Yeah,
chapter.
800 children. Yeah, it takes 800 children. Exactly.
So the 800 children got up and clapped when she read out something, when she called me on the stage and gave me a scroll on which 800 children had written a thank you note.
Wow.
And that, when I got into the car, I had a conversation with God. And I said, God, you have given me everything I wanted. Now it's time to give back. Can I do something for these children? I've done what I wanted to do for the country, but now I think I see another purpose. Till then, we were taught in the army that you just do your duty. Your duty was your purpose. I never had anything beyond that. But this experience in that army school gave me that thought, that awakening, that enlightening, that I need to do something for children. And for the last 18 years, I've been doing that. So now what I also decided, that I found the purpose of my life at the age of 52. Why would somebody wait till 52? So I started going to schools and colleges and telling them how they should find their purpose at a much younger level. And even my TEDx talk on purpose of life is talking about, I've just summed up in 3 things there. What should you do to find your purpose? So that is the way.
Please share with us, sir, the 3 things. Can you please share the 3 things which you have to do?
Yeah, so 3 things is one is that you should do something that you love to do.
Passion, follow what you are passionate.
So your purpose is follow your passion, get your ikigai, all those things put together.
Yeah.
There are 3 things. 3 things that are important. One is what you're good at.
Yes.
2, what you love doing.
Yeah.
And the third one is even more important.
Yeah.
I'm very good, and I'm really telling you, I'm very good at killing mosquitoes. So if I do this, the mosquito will be killed. So I'm good at it. I love it. But will somebody pay me for it? So I'm talking about a purpose for life. So I tell people that if you have 3, 4, 5 things that you think are your purpose, make an Excel sheet or make a table and write down what you love doing. And for each one of them, give your marks out of 10, 1 to 10. And in no column can you give the same mark. So if there are 3 items, A, B, C, and you want to know which one is your real purpose, then if you give one 6, you have to give the other 5 or 4. You can't give 5.5. You can't give 6 to 2. So 10 marks, you say what do you love doing? 10 marks, what you're good at or you can be good at. For example, I want to play guitar, but I'm good at violin. So it's easy. I've already had that instinct of music, so I can. So that is learnable. So what I love doing and what I can do. Sorry, what I'm good at and what I can be good at. And the third one is out of 20 instead of 10. And that is how much will it pay me? Because you're wanting to make a career out of it. So that's a formula. That's a formula that I come out with. And many people, you see, I've done this book, Design Your Life, got converted into a podcast on Spotify called Zindagi Unplugged. Of course, it is in Hindi. So people who, in your audience who don't understand Hindi may not find it useful. But in that Zindagi Unplugged, I have given this formula and many people have come back to me and said that worked very well for them.
Then, sir, you should do it in English as well. So we can reach.
We can actually.
Yeah, I think because, see, everybody can understand. Since you're so good, no? Zindagi, about life. Great. Okay, sir. Let me, this is the last question. Yeah, but not least. Is there any strong message which you want to give to our audience?
Okay, so one message which I want to give to everyone and particularly the youth.
Okay. Great.
That life is changing too fast. The speed of change. You see, it's not the change. Change was happening all the time. Yes. But the speed of change has really gone drastically high.
Yes.
And do you know that the rate of acceleration itself is going up? Yes. So the greatest challenge for any one of us, particularly our children, will be to cope up with the speed of change. How will you cope up with the speed of change? People who will do well in life are the ones who are quick at adapting to changes and make things fast. For example, now at the age of 72, I've already learned a lot of things about AI. I'm doing a course on AI. I've already started using Chat GPT and DALE and Midjourney already. Okay. That means I don't want to miss out on something that is taking me forward in a big way. So, speed of change is something that I would like to leave a message, particularly with the youth. They'll have a very tough time because the speed of change is happening so rapidly. They'll have to be really alert. They'll have to be very, very alert.
And keep up with the latest technology, whatever they should learn, whatever
Yeah.
is.
And of course, there's a byproduct of that, and that is self-growth. That one should, one should have, we talked of it earlier,
Yeah.
inside you, there should be a burning desire to become a better version of yourself every single day. So I have done two shows on Instagram on Friday at 6 p.m. Indian time, 8:30 Singapore and Malaysia time. I do an Instagram live, and I've done two shows on this particular thing, on forming habits, on consistency, on the ripple effect, how I do everything, so small things every day give me fantastic results at the end.
Great. So it's great sharing. Do you think that you would like to share about gadget addiction in future? If I invite you for another talk show, we shall share on gadget addiction, how the youth and children, how we can help. Do you think you would like to do that?
Yes, I
Yes?
can. I can.
Can, yeah?
I can.
Great, sir, because now it's not enough time and you got to go for something. So let me sum up. Dear audience, you heard that. I told you today, you will enjoy his wisdom. Yeah, it's not only books, it's experience. And at 72, every word he speaks is a nugget of wisdom. Yeah, we know our parents, our grandparents, always full of wisdom. Yeah, let me sum up and what our brigadier has mentioned just now, how to find your purpose. There's three formulas which he was mentioning just now. First is to do what you are passionate about and mark yourself 1 to 10, you give yourself a mark. Next, number 2, do what you are good at or what you can be good at. Third is, how much will it pay you? Ask this question, how much will it pay me? What amazing thing. Yeah, amazing advice, amazing formula. Thank you so much, Brigadier. It's really lovely to have you here today. And I'm very sure our audience are looking forward a next session with you. And I'm very much excited to look forward to have you again in our talk show. Dear audience, thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed our talk show and commented and liked our show. We will meet you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.